Let's compare how this plays out with the virtual lab versus if you had done it all with just a human team of researchers. Like, how long did this process take? Like, how many hours or maybe even just minutes did the human have to contribute? How much did it cost in terms of GPT-4o costs?
So one nice thing about these virtual agents is that their meetings are much faster than our meetings, right? So
Yeah.
in the time that we sit around and introduce each other and have coffee, they've already had hundreds of meetings. And the other nice thing is that the virtual agents, they don't get tired, right? So what actually we do is that in the virtual lab, every main decision is actually we do multiple meetings in parallel. So basically every key decision that we want the agents to make, they actually run 5 meetings in parallel. They would discuss this topic, the same topic, 5 different times in parallel, and then they reach some sort of consensus. And it's actually pretty interesting that different parallel meetings sometimes end up with different suggestions, different decisions. So similar to like if you and I would discuss something maybe 2 different days, we might end up with 2 different outcomes, right? But similarly with the virtual lab, the nice thing is that we can actually do this more inference compute, right? Basically do more parallel meetings and then actually explore essentially more different paths of what are the different things that could play out. And then the professor in the end will look across the meeting logs of all these parallel meetings and the professor agent will say, okay, so here's the overall consensus and here's what we should do going forward. So I think in that sense, then these meetings for the virtual lab, it is much faster and much more efficient than some of the physical meetings that we can have. The cost is, I would say, actually relatively small. I would say probably all of the meetings, if you look at essentially like all the words that's spoken by different agents, at least in terms of the OpenAI API cost, I think I would say it's probably like less than $100.